What's going on, guys? Who is Tunde here? Welcome to another episode of Afrobeats Weekly, your podcast about African music on the continent and the diaspora. Shout out to you and yours, wherever you're listening from. Welcome to the podcast that gets you covered on Afrobeats news, music, buzzing topics. You know, if you're happening in Afrobeats this week, we got you. We got you. We have that, although we don't have the story, there's somebody slapping police officer somewhere. I can't wait to see how that shit goes. Anyways, yeah, before we get into today's episode, I need you guys to please rate and review this podcast and give you all. It helps us grow, helps us get noticed. So as you're listening from your favorite app right now, just leave us that 5-star rating and comments. Thank you guys very much. On today's episode of Afrobeats Weekly, we'll be discussing Odumodu's Black. Odumodublvck. Odumodu's Black. Odumodublvck and his rising profile, you know, and the importance of building a fan base. And as usual, new songs, spotlight of the week, turntable charts, eliminates, and all that other good stuff. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, what up, man? How you doing?
I do. Not too bad. Boring week, I guess. Nothing. Can't think of anything eventful that happened on this end, on this part of the continent. So, but shout out to. I hope by the time you guys hear this, there's a girl trying to break cooking record in Nigeria. Hilda, I think.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to her. I really hope she breaks that record, man. I really hope she does.
She has until Monday, right?
Yeah, I think she has a couple of hours, maybe 24 hours, or I don't. Depending on we're recording this at 1 my time, so I don't know, but she still has like a couple of solid hours left, man. And she's been standing, and I hear you can only sit like maybe 5 minutes for every 3 hours, or there's like a rule that's of the sitting. But shout out to her, man. I really hope she does this, man. Really hope she does that. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's happening here. Nothing other than that. I don't think there's really nothing to catch up on from my end. You just listen to music, watching movies. That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, so I'm still on like this. So certain albums I'm still on. I'm trying to still get on Suits album. I don't know.
The other one that you. Yeah, I gave it a spin. You know, I didn't listen that time. I gave it a spin, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So
yeah, so I'm still trying to get on it. Like a couple of songs are caught on me now. Like my favorite thing that I was listening to this week was 99. Remember 99?
Yeah, dope project. I listened to it. Yeah,
exactly.
I listened to it too.
Exactly. So 33 missed calls, all that. Like that song.
Yes.
That song still be ringing. Of course. Zlatan, Odumodu, that jam is still the jam of the week for me. So yeah, that's pretty much some of the things.
Project in terms of music, let me check my own playlist. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Even from but yesterday I got into that. What's the name? The J. Cole and I know it's not Afrobeats, but the J. Cole and that song that be stuck in my head and. Is it whatever that? Yeah, and Lil Durk. Yeah, that song I was stuck in my head for some reason. I'm like, what jazz did he put it? And I think it's number one on Apple, like Nigerian Apple Music for now. So it means a lot of people are digging it. Yeah,
we definitely Nigerians are stands of J. Cole. So
yeah. And it's a very good song. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. No fan mail this week. You guys have failed to write us, but in case you are wondering where you can write us from, you can send your mails to fanmail@afrobeatspod.com. That's AFROBEATSPOD.com. So let's kick it off with news making the rounds. It was a very slow news week this week. We managed to scoop up Simi and Libianca going on tour with Alicia Kizz. Alicia Kizz has announced our Keys to the Summer tour. I like that name. With Simi and Libianca being confirmed as a special guest. The tour kicks off July 23rd, 2023 till August 2nd, 2023. 2023, yeah. So if you're in the States between those days, go check them out. This is what you call Singers Paradise, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're going to be. So to be wild.
I'm still thinking. Yeah, I'm still thinking if I should go for the concerts. Like my July is packed. I'm seeing Davido. A couple of people seeing Beyonce is coming on tour as well. So it's just like
I think Beyonce.
One more person to slip in.
I think Beyonce. Yeah, that's.
I have a ticket. That's all I'm gonna say. I have a ticket, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm about to your toxic masculinity pass is shaking here. But let's
what are you talking about, man? B? Yo, Queen B? Please, man.
Say about that.
What are you talking about?
Say about that. I'm gonna be singing single ladies. You're gonna be singing single ladies. You're right, right? Beyonce. So
some of those songs,
that's why I said it's shaky because it's Beyonce. Because it might just be like
understand.
It might just be like, okay, you know what? It's Beyonce. Let's give you a pass. This is B, man. Yeah. Anyways, man. Speaking of Libianca,
I might check out the Alicia Keys concert. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, if you do, obviously you're going to tell us. But I know, like, the show with like Alicia Keys, Simi, Libianca, it's going to be dope. They can hardly do wrong with those, singer type people, man. They're going to blow your mind away. So yeah, can't wait for that one. So again, if you are around there, like, go for these shows, man. Let's know how it goes. Anyway, speaking of Libianca, her hit song "People" has made it to has made its debut on Billboard. Obviously, it's People. People made it to number 91 in last week's installment of the charts. The song also currently holds the record for the highest charting African song on the UK singles chart, with a number 2 peak position. So it looks like the song is gradually making its way to the international waters. I mean, it's been here. We've jammed it. I don't know if people have gotten tired of it, but if I hear it, I don't mind. But like that's what happens with hit songs. You hear it here, and you're like, you know what, I don't tire. But finally, she's been doing some remixes with like some people who are so. I think it's finally making its way to like Billboard and all this American radio and stuff. So not too bad for her at all, man.
Yep. It's also, like the formula that has worked. You never know which American artist she's gonna feature on that one now that would just blow it out, like Calm Down or
exactly.
Yeah, like Calm Down pretty much.
Yeah. And the song is a very good song, so I really hope it goes higher than that, gets her all the accolades she deserves, because she's been singing for a while now, man. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all, man. So speaking of singing for a while and grinding, that is, today's topic. There's this Odumodu video that I saw over the weekend. I don't know if you saw it. It was in, I think, is it ABUAD? It was just in ABUAD University, and that's a university in Nigeria for all our diasporan people out there. And all our diasporan people out there wondering, and the crowd, he was performing and the crowd was going crazy. And when I say going crazy, I mean going crazy, rapping along to his songs. There's some guys fighting over his shirts, like his singlet. They're fighting over it.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and when he was leaving the premises, they were chanting his name. You know that chanting that you were like, I'm like, what? What's going on here? Is this Whiskey? Is this David? Is this Burna Boy? Like, that's how crazy the chants were. And this is not the first time I've seen people go crazy for him. He comes on stage with his goons. He gives this high energy performance and just always shuts it down, in my opinion. And I think the reason why I wanted us to highlight this week was we can see the growth in real time, no matter what time you jumped on the bandwagon. And you can see the importance of building, and building. I don't know when I started rapping, but the earliest project I saw on streaming services was in 2017. But I personally first heard of him in 2020, and since then, he's been up there. So 2017 to 2023, that is a long time in music years. He's signed to a label now, so obviously, there's more marketing, more PR. But before it was signed, there was already this buzz from like music fans, because I think his style was just different. And funny thing is, the reason why some people hate him is the reason why I like him. They say his rapping style is very funny. It doesn't rhyme. It doesn't have bars. It doesn't have quotables. But I think that's what I like about him, the way he raps. There's this originality in the way he delivers his bars. Like, it just sounds very believable. Anyway, before I talk too much, I just believe that we are witnessing the birth of a rap superstar, man. I don't know what you think.
I mean, when you say superstar, you know what? In his own realm, in his own, like, as you put it, just with the fact that he doesn't have like quotables, he's not like the A-lists.
Yeah.
But you still got something to say that people are drawn to. So the music is still something that people mess with, and I think that's good enough. You don't exactly need to be Jay-Z. You can just be nice like 50, and everybody's gonna like you.
Exactly.
So I think the fact that he's making music that is touching a certain part of people's psyche. I don't know how you want to put it like that, but there's something that you can feel in his music, and it's good enough. It's good enough. You don't need to be, like I said, you don't need to be Picasso. Just paint as you paint, man, and whoever likes your art is going to like your art.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of whoever likes your art is going to like your art, it's just, like you said, you don't need to have 1 billion fans. 1,000 fans that rock with your music, and just tell another 1,000 fans, and those other 1,000 fans, just that's how it grows. Like, it's just, I always like the story of, like, people that, because I always preach, here we always preach like, build fan base. So when you see like stories like this in real time, it always like just, gingers me to say, you see what I was talking about? Just keep creating your music. And another thing is, I have to point out, you have to stay original and somehow cut off the outside noise, because Twitter is my favorite app. If anybody knows me, they don't know. But sometimes, like, you see things and you're like, if you are there often, there are some things like you see and you know that what, this place, yeah, just like the tiny 1% of it. Because a lot of people, like, there was this freestyle video that he had, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the song, but it was obviously no bars and everything. A lot of people were like, this guy is whack, his music is not good, what people believe in him. And if you see that thread, then you just believe that nobody actually rocks with this guy's music until yesterday. So as artists, sometimes, we critics sometimes, so we like to form that way. We know music that's going to pop, we know this that's going to blow, but sometimes you always get it wrong. You can say, oh, this song, I don't really like it. Case in point, his hit song Picanto. I'm like, his hit song, most of them of that song, Declan Rice. I don't necessarily like it, but when it goes out, like, people are singing that song word for word, and you're like, what is going on here? So some of the artists, I just want to say, you know what? If you believe that the song is the song and that is going to take you out of the trenches, don't listen to anybody else. Don't listen to anybody at all, man. Just do your thing, make your rap, build your fan base. And I think this point that was, why do you think like rappers or like upcoming musicians don't perform in unis? I don't know why. That was like a very solid performance that I had.
You know what's so funny about that is because I can remember back in the days before the. I don't want to make it sound like I'm 19 years old. I can remember like when. I can't remember what year it was, but yeah, I think it was Lynx. When Lynx was coming out, which was, I want to say 2010.
Yeah.
Right? Lynx went on a university tour. And it was something that they were doing between like 2010 to like 2013. Where I was seeing a couple of artists doing university tours. Right? Because then, of course, the internet wasn't as big as it was. So how do you reach people, after they've heard your song on the radio, stuff like that? Back then, how many people could, afford to buy tickets to come and see your show in a hotel, which was the place where everybody wanted to perform at. So people were doing groundwork, but that also cost money because transportation, security, accommodation, all that needed, like you would have to find a sponsor who would take you through that whole route, for you to do your show. So it now brings it down to why artists not doing university tours, because you now have big upcoming artists. You still need a budget for that.
Yeah.
right? So there's certain things that you still need, like you need the accommodation, you need whatever, equipment. How do you find out if the equipment is going to be great in those places? I mean,
you still need to plan. Yeah, you still need to plan no matter what the case is. But I think it's something.
Yeah. So it now comes down to you've now mentioned it. You know how you always say like, "What's your budget?" I think you had like that thing about budget, like the dreaded word. So if someone wants to now do like, I want to pay, I have 2 million Naira, and I want to do, pay people so that it's on Apple Music, Spotify, all those streaming networks. Why don't you just use that money and just do a little tour? It could just be, just the Western states, just universities in the Western states. It could just be universities in the Eastern states. It could just be the Middle Belt universities. So like, that's something that, people can start thinking about like, hey, look, you know what? I'm gonna just do a short tour, a couple of universities, 5 universities, and I'll go from there. So
and it's a good way of building a proper family. Like they'll ask Kanye say, listen to the kids. Like those are like the people that are going to buy your music. Those are people that are going to stream your music. All these other, I know a quota brings the money and everything, but those don't just want to come and sit down and carry their wives just come and have a good time. After that, they probably will remember your song. But I feel like more artists should go I think CK2 is doing it. I think it's doing a CK University tour, which is a welcome idea. So more artists
who's just exactly a big artist who's just doing that for, I mean, he can afford to do that now, which is really cool because he can afford to do it now.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing that also just to touch his fan base.
It's Nigerian fan base.
I might do something like that as well. I might do something like that too as well. So like sometimes it's a flip side. After you've done the international, come back, touch base with the people, your real fans. I want to say your real fans, but your grassroots fans is what I'll say.
Yeah, true that. Anyways, there you have it, guys. That was today's topic. Again, build your fan base, be original, cater to your niche. And going back to the upcoming artists, some of you have never performed in your own university as an upcoming artist. You've never performed in your faculty dinner. And you'll be like my dear, and you'll be like, oh, come and do this for me. I'm like, do you know what? Let me even see you perform to your family and friends and see their reaction first. And you're saying, oh,
it's hard, man. It's hard. It's your family and friends that critique you the most.
Yes, which is why you should do it. Yeah, I feel like which is why you should even do it. Your friends, there's always your friends are always going to like give you banter and everything. And the day you win them over, and the day you're like, you know what? That was a very nice performance. So then you can be like, okay, you know what? I'm arriving. Then start from there. So think of starting small. There's nothing wrong with starting small, man. I know you guys see like the credits and the glam, and you just want to be like, I want to quickly blow. There's a process to this thing.
Exactly, but starting small, I can think about exactly what starting small is, and this is my point. So SDC have been around. I want to say SDC have been around for 15 years.
Yeah,
roughly. I can be wrong. But I remember a time where SDC were out, they released a couple mixtapes and the album. So, I mean, you had a couple songs on the radio, whatever. But those big shows like the Pepsis back in the days, SDC could never get a slot.
True that.
They could never get a slot. And they used to perform at Bogobiri. So Bogobiri doesn't sit more than, I don't even think Bogobiri can sit like 200 people. But that's where they started from. So they started from Bogobiri, and when they couldn't, when the big December shows were coming and they still weren't getting it, they decided to do their own. So after they performed at Bogobiri and people had been coming and seeing them a couple of times, they decided to do the first Palm Wine Fest. And you can see the rest is history.
Yes, sir. Again, my people, start small, and you'll get there. Anyways, man, let's get into new songs this week. This week was as if everybody just said, you know what, let's come out. I Attack of the songs, man. Attack of the songs from left, right, and center. It was a very packed New Music Friday. We have Pray by Buju, Peru, Kizz Daniel, Cinderella, Girl, Blaqbonez, No Days Off by Teni, Body by Naira, Marley, Jonzing, Boy and Bomb by Roga, Undercover Lover by Tape, Papilo and Smada by Odumodu. I mean, it's a lot. And I'm sure we didn't cover, obviously we didn't cover everything. There are still more songs. Anyways, I think we start from Pray by Buju. This one was produced by the hottest producer right now, Magic Sticks. From the title, you can already tell what the song is about. This one is very melody driven. Buju style sounds like the typical Buju song. So if you know Buju, you are going to totally fall in love with this one. Pray by Buju, man.
Yo, that second verse of Pray.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna stand out, but I think this is, you know how like our top verse of the year right now is like second verse of 230. I'm gonna put this above that. I'm gonna put this just right above that. Man, Buju went ham on that second verse, like skin tight. There's this I won't even call it unspoken. There's the rivalry between all the top guys. Now you know all these guys are like lyricists, like all these Buju, Ruga, Umale, all of them are like, so they are. I like the fact that they're always in this kind of challenge to just say something. So they challenge each other, and what we get is wonderful lyrics from these guys. No, the days of you not coming correct lyrics wise, it doesn't really work again, man. So speaking of lyrics wise, this second song Peru by Kizz Daniel. Yo.
I'm guessing it's if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of vibe Kizz Daniel is on now. This one was produced by Reward Beats. I don't know if Salt and Pepper are going to sue them for this shoe period that they use, but it's not a bad song. But the thing is that we know Kizz Daniel is capable of doing better than this type of songs. I think I saw someone tweet that saying, like, you know, that thing, like, if you want the old Jay-Z, listen to the old album. If you want the old Kizz Daniel, listen to the old Kizz Daniel album. This one, I don't know, man. It's good. It's a hit song, obviously. It has all the elements of the Kizz Daniel hit song, but it just doesn't work for me, man. Just doesn't work.
I don't know if it has all the elements, man. That's just me. I don't think it has, because I've heard, like, as always, I played it a couple more times than, you know, just to see, like, you know, can it catch?
Yeah, it can catch, but it's not going to be the monster hits we've known it for.
I don't know, man. I don't think I can be walking around being like Super, Buff for Buffalo, High for Hyena. Nah, bro.
I think nobody can do that. People can do that. Yeah, but
Buff for Buffalo? Whoa, bro.
I mean, it's, you know, like when you have a formula that works, you're like, you know, let me try. And so he doesn't want to fix it because it's not broken. But if this breaks, maybe he'll go back to the Kizz Daniel.
It's broken.
It's broken for you.
Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, all right, it's broke that. This didn't work.
All right, Kizz, let's move to Cinderella Girl, Blaqbonez featuring Ludacris. Blaqbonez was kind of sounding like Six Lack Black here on the beginning. But I think my only takeaway from this song is
that whispering delivery.
My only takeaway from this song is an elite MC is forever an elite MC. And as good as Blaqbonez was, Ludacris just came on and the difference was so fucking clear. I'm like, what? This is you go no person with on the do am tete. It was a good song. I like the song, Cinderella Girl.
Nah, bro. Nah. First of all, I don't think Blaqbonez like really rap into like spit bars and
I know.
And all that, which kind of helped the song a lot because I thought that was really catchy. I just laid the plate down for Luda to just come totally dope verse. Something I didn't even expect. Like this collaboration is so random to me.
That's one of those random ones that we do.
It's so random. Like I can't ever see like, oh, Blaqbonez is so Luda, but it works so well. Like this is a perfect song for that. I'm so happy that it didn't try and use like a random, fast party song.
Exactly.
This is just a vibe. This is just a dope song. So yeah.
Yeah, very dope song. Yeah, I like it too, man. I really, really love it. Another one I love, No Days Off by Teni. Everyone is talking about this one and how it sounds different. Shout out to the producer. I think his name is Genio. Very electro pop, but as long as it comes from a Nigerian artist, Afrobeats. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think my only problem with this one is I don't know if it's going to stand out. Like the current climate and the current sound right now, I don't know if this is going to stand out. Everybody knows it's a good song. We all know this beat is banging, the beat is crazy. But I don't know if it's going to help Teni in terms of like standing up. But I appreciate the song a lot. It's very catchy. I've been humming the beats ever since I've heard it. So I like the song.
It's like a party dance song, which kind of it fits into Crow Santino's era. Exactly. It's so funny, right? Like I thought the beat was just something that Crow would jump on, but I love the switch up. Like I love that it's not a ta-na-na, ta-na-na. Like this is just a nice bop, and I mess with it a lot. Like
I do too.
Yeah.
It's funny how you said Cross Santino because someone DM'd me and was like, I do not want Cross Santino on this remix. I do not. I'm like, there's nothing you can do for us to jump on it.
Yeah, man. I swear to God, like, what? You should jump on the remix now. Like, you think about it, man. It was pretty.
Perfectly, I swear. Yeah, it does.
Real, man.
It really does, man. Yeah. So we also got Jonzing Boy and Bun Bun by Roga, another Tupac song.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Jonzing Boy, I think it was just showing off on bragging, so what was like the normal Roga thing. I don't really mind it. Bombo was just, I think Bombo was like the Amapiano one with him just trying to see, you guys should not put me inside the box. Let me see if I can experiment. That's how I viewed both songs when I was listening to it.
Yo, first of all, Bombo is the worst song, right? Because why is it the worst song? Yo, man, I think it's the hook. I can't remember if it's the hook or something, but it's just like make me make some condom babies, like that line.
Yes.
Like I had to I didn't hear that well. Like
you heard it well. You heard it well.
I didn't hear that well. I was like, no, let's make some condom babies. Nah, bruh. Let's stop that.
Yeah, and the beat wasn't. We've known Roga for like this dance hall, normal beat, but it was just trying my piano sound, which I think I'm like, yeah, maybe. But since then I haven't gone back. I went back to this one. Yeah, I went back to what's the name, Jonzing Boy, when I went back to Bon Bon.
Yeah,
so yeah.
I think Jonzing Boy was the one that took me, and that's the one that I'm playing.
So. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Undercover Lover by Teni. This was one of my favorite drops this week. I mean, when I speak about Teni, I don't know what other adjectives to use to. He's good. And it shows in the song. He's good. It's a fire song. Teni sabi the work. So let's just leave it at that and keep it moving, man. Undercover Lover by Teni is solid song, man. Dope song.
This clearly was hands up the best song that came out. I think it just edges Buju's Pray for me. But this was the song I played the most. I think it came out like in the middle of the week. Yeah, it's really cool. So I had a whole lot of time to spin it and play it. So yes, this was a good song.
Yeah, good song, man. No denying that. Let's move on to Papilo by Smada, and Odumodu. I really love this one. Again, like anything, Odumodu can just say stuff and it just sounds believable. I like the beats. I think it was the beats that got me. Very upbeat and just sounded like a very fun record. So when I was going back to it, when I was listening again, it just played very well. So I enjoyed this one. Papilo by Smada.
I just know that's the line I just get. It's like you said, it's just a fun song. I mean, to me, that's all it is for me.
Yeah, that's all it is to me. So just a fun, let's drop a song and see if everybody feels it. And it's not bad at all, man. Yeah, those are the songs we listen to. Obviously, we missed out on a couple of other songs, and I missed out on one purposely because I didn't like the song and I didn't want to come and start bashing it because our producer said we should not bash it.
Yo. You gotta talk about it. You gotta let us talk about Body. You gotta let us talk about Body by Naira Marley.
Talk about it.
You have to go first, man.
Shout out to Naira Marley, yeah. I feel like as an artist, the only thing you can do is just, as an artist that's been on the top, as you know, I won't say falling off, but you know, not being on his A game. Just keep releasing songs. One will finally enter, but it's not this one. It's not this Body by. It's not this one. Body by the one is not it. And it was also not the last one I put out. But shout out to him, Joe. Just keep releasing songs. One will finally enter. One will enter. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yo, that was the perfect. Yeah, that was the perfect. Yeah, I knew you had the line. I knew you were gonna say the perfect line. So yeah, that was it, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, don't worry about what anybody's saying.
Don't listen to us. We don't know anything about music. Don't listen to us.
Yeah. Don't worry about if, you know, a lot of people are not gonna like make reels about this song. Yeah. You know, don't worry about none of that. Just know that do you, and just one time within you, you'll release another banger. Until then.
Until then, keep doing what you're doing. Anyways, another song we listened to this week. It was a packed Friday for releases. We hope Fridays are like this. I like when, you know, artists are just like, you know, and I'm sure by next week or by next 2 weeks, the charts, we'll get to the charts. The charts will change a bit. It will be like more variety, not just our goats, Mr. Davido, just dominating the charts. So the charts will have a lot of variety next week, next 2 weeks, which is something I like. Anyways, no new albums this week to talk about, but I have a spotlight of the week. His name is Dirty the Deity. And this was the best, you know, project I've listened to. Okay, not second best project I've listened to this year. I describe him as a blend of Adekunle Gold. Yes, I describe him as a blend of Adekunle Gold and Brymo. I'm not comparing them, obviously, but it just has that vibe. And if you hear Adekunle Gold and Brymo, you already know the kind of vibe I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just
Brymo or bad Brymo.
What do you say?
Brymo or bad Brymo.
Good
Brymo or bad.
Good Brymo. The Brymo we like, the, you know, merchant dealers and slaves. You know, that one that, you know, we used to review back there, and it was very like, used to be like, oh, mind blown. Anyways, got a project called For You Knew Me. It's a 7-track project. I guarantee you guys you'll like it, especially if you like, you know, Adekunle Gold Brymo vibe. This is a guy I believe we'll be talking about in the future if all things being equal. His name is Dirty the Deity. The project again is For You Knew Me. The last 2 songs on this project, perfection, man. I really, really love the guy. I really, really love the album. So I really, really hope to see him at the top. Yeah, that's my spotlight of the week. This week, let us move on to the charts. And this week we have a new number 1 that is not Davido and that is not Ashake. Mind blown. Wow. Anyways, wow. Yes, I know it's really, really, really wowie. Let's start from number 10. Who's your guy? Spyro Tiwa Savage. That's dropping, making its debut on the charts. Aquafina by Young John at number 9. Davido's Feel is dropping to number 8. Guagalada is number 7. Buju, Kizz, Daniel, and Shea Vibes also dropping. Many Things by Zinoliski also dropping to number 6. Dropping also at number 5, Parting of the Stop. Adekunle Gold and Zinoliski climbing 3 spots. Soweto Remix, Victoria Tempo and Omale. Number 3, we have Unavailable dropping. Number 2, we have Ashake dropping. And number 1, we have the golden boy of Afrobeats. Last week, Show asked me what I thought about the album and the new songs. I'm like, I don't really know. I'm not really crazy about it. But this one just shot straight to number 1, Charm by Rema. Crazy, crazy song. The song is everywhere. It's on social media. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. So debuting at number 1, and the song is crazy. Shout out to Rema and his Indian tour, man. He's shutting it down. Really, really love it.
I think it was crazy, man. It looks mad.
Crazy. Yeah. And I saw a video of him manifesting it, saying, you know what, why can't we perform songs? Why can't we perform songs in India and stuff like that? And you know what, you guys, it's shutting down India right now, man. So this week's number one in turntable charts, we have Charm by Rema. I don't know. I think my prediction is broken because for the past 3 weeks, I never get anything right. So let me just keep short until I can gauge the chart again. It's like I gauge the chart again. I know what is going to end. So yeah, I have no prediction for you guys this week, man. No predictions at all. So let's move to the other segment, the fives. And this is my top 5 Odumodu essentials. Not his favorite song, but songs I think you guys should listen to if you want to get into who Odumodu is, recommended by me. So the number 5 song is Picanto. This was his first record label song. I liked this one. I think this was his switch. You know, like when you get in that record label, you want to give them one commercial song to see people are going to like it. And a lot of people liked it. He switched from that his normal drill that I always hear to this Picanto song. Very smooth, very nice chorus. I really like this one. Number 4, I have Oganigwe. That is a very, very stellar song. They just gave him the loop on the chorus and Zlatan killed it and it just came through. Perfect beat for him too, and it just coasted over that chorus. I really enjoyed this one. Number 3, I have Agbalagba SK featuring Odumodu. This was the jam that I heard that I discovered who Odumodu was. I saw the performance once. I can't remember where it was. And people were rapping along and I was like, what rap song is this that people are rapping along to? And I don't know. And there's a rap song in Nigeria and I don't know about it. And people were rapping along and I'm like, who's this guy? And the energy was so crazy. It was a drill performance and it just totally shut it down. That's what made me a fan. I was like, this guy's energy is different. I really liked it. Number 2, I have Dog Eat Dog. I love this one. This is what I consider his best song so far. That's to me. I don't know if I should call it mellow drill, but it's a very drill song, but very mid-tempo at the same time. So Dog Eat Dog. Number 1, obviously, the song people love to hate. Even I declare, I don't know, today I stand on, I don't really like this song. Then I see him when he's performing and I'm like, this song is not that bad. I understand why people like it, but again, it's his biggest song for now. People love it. I think he showed a video of Davido saying he should win Next Rated. And I used to think he would win Next Rated. And I remember the people in the category, there'll be Ashake, there'll be Young John, there'll be Odumodublvck. So that Next Rated might just be very tough. But yeah, it's in a conversation. So so yeah, those are the Odumodu essential songs I want you guys to bop if you haven't really heard about them. Over to you, my G.
That was a good 5.
Yeah.
That was a nice 5 actually. And yes, I know I've kind of been sleeping on him a bit, but I've started catching up. Yes, I can understand the appeal, and I think he's got a nice place in the industry. So
yeah.
My 5 is, since we've been talking about, people working it from the ground up, sort of just putting in work, and you get to where you are. Now, my 5 consists of maybe a couple people that actually had label deals, and they just, kept working, and some of them just did it by themselves. So that's my 5.
Okay.
At number 5, I have Adekunle Gold. Yes, I feel like
that's it.
He just kept, and the material has changed and he has grown and he's built his fan base and things of that nature. He's just where he is now, right? Because of putting in work. At number 4, I have Rick Hassani. Yes, consistent. Just put out that music, and the music is good. You would have your nice core bass, and you perform for your nice core bass. Release music that will touch and cut across. So Rick Hassani is my number 4. At number 3, someone that you didn't like at all at first. I can remember back in the days. At number 3, Number 3 is actually Simi.
Okay.
So
I see it.
I have
I
Simi
see
at
it.
number 2.
Yeah.
Remember exactly. I have Simi at number 3. And yeah, man, I think Simi just put in work. She has done her thing. Like, she has been singing these songs that people just like, man, they're not cutting across. People are not singing these songs. You don't have people singing these songs. Not radio songs. They're not radio singles. Look at Simi now, man. She's about to go on tour with Alicia Keys. Who would have thought that, man? Not today. Not today.
Yeah, definitely not today.
Not today. At number 2, I'm going to split it up and put it that at number 2, I have like 2 people at number 2. I have SDC. Yeah. I've already covered SDC so long. And I have Foul's the Bad Guy.
The bad guy.
2 guys who have done rap music, who have been doing rap music, and who will still continue doing rap music, but still have been delivered to a different audience that thought rap would never make it. Yeah. So these 2 guys, I have them as number 2. Now my number 1 is someone that you don't like at all.
Why don't I like all these people?
No, bro, you don't like this. First of all, you don't like this person once I say her name. This person, this is like way back in 2020, 2021. I remember her singing at a club in VI. So, those clubs that they used to like do performance nights. She came to perform. Nobody knew the songs. She was doing nice R&B music. Nobody was singing along at all that thing. But she was still doing her music until she caught her big break. And that is Yemi Alade.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Yemi Alade, but yeah. I like Yemi Alade now.
Yeah, man. That is... I look at Yemi Alade now, man. She has her market, that she is feeding to. People that just wind their waists, and wear tight red pants with green sneakers.
True that.
Our Francophone brothers, we ain't hating. But yeah, man. Yemi Alade's got her thing, man. And like, that's her stardom, and that's where she's at now. So... yeah, that's my 5.
Yeah, not a bad list of grinders, man. Again, keeping on to this topic, build your fan base. All these guys that Show has mentioned, we kind of like were there. So it wasn't like, they lied to us. We saw it coming. So we just started gradually, and look where they are today, man. Solid list, man. Solid list.
Okay, that's good.
All right, then. What you got for me? What you got for me on Eliminate? What you got for me?
So my Eliminate is going to be one of the people I mentioned in, my top grinders. Yeah. That'll be Foul's the Bad Guy. Show. I don't think anybody has since 24. I think he dropped his first album in 2014, but he's been around since, I think, 2013, because he had like a Shakara mixtape or something like that.
Yeah.
So since 2013, Foul's the Bad Guy has been putting in work. I believe he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 albums.
That's a lot.
10 years. That's a lot of albums, man. 6 albums in 10 years. That's work, features. He's everywhere. So, shout out to Foul's the Bad Guy. Big fan. Love the movements. And yeah, so today's Eliminate will be a Foul's the Bad Guy.
I like Fouls. You can't say I don't like Fouls.
No problem. But don't worry. The first category is what's his best song with Simi.
Interesting.
So we have Chemistry of the Fouls and Simi album.
And the other one
we have, I believe, is Soldier.
Yeah.
Which is, Soldier, which is off the Stories That Touch album.
I would lean towards... I prefer Chemistry, but I think I'll lean towards Soldier because it was a bigger song, I think. And it just... Soldier for me. Mm-hmm. Yes. Soldier.
Okay. No problem. All right. Let's go back to his first album. So we have Soldier. Let's go back to his first album. What's Up, Guy? Guy? Remember when he was always working with Studio Magic?
Studio Magic.
Jesus. Yeah. Performing Magic. Okay. So 2 Studio Magic songs. We have Currency. And track 12, I believe, which was High Class.
Yeah. I don't know. Currency for me. I think currency takes that for me.
Currency takes it?
Yeah, currency. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair currency.
All right. Let's go back. Let's come forward. Let's say go back. But let's come forward. Remember, he had 2019. Fowles got into his, I would call it political bag because
revolutionary bag.
Political bag because Buju was showing us shake it.
Yeah.
And then he had, I believe the song was Paper with Chills.
Yeah. That was it.
So that's Paper versus his last album, which was Knee Down with Chike.
I prefer Knee Down. Knee Down. Knee Down. Knee Down. Knee Down. Knee Down. Knee Down takes it for me.
So we're going with Knee Down, right?
Yes, sir. I'm going with Knee Down.
All right. Okay. So after that, we have Way with Wande Cole. Way. Wande Cole. Top feature. And Karashika with Fino and Chica.
Come on, man. Nothing touching Karashika, man. Nothing touching Karashika.
All right. So moving through. Karashika versus Knee Down.
I love Knee Down, but again, Karashika.
All right. Karashika is going to the final round.
Yeah.
We have Soulja versus Currency.
Two hot songs.
Hot songs, man.
I think Soulja still goes to the next round.
Look at you, man. Look at you and Simi. Look at you. All right, so final round. We got Soulja versus Karashika, which is pretty cool, man.
Both hot songs. Yeah. Those are two top songs. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Karashika is, I think, top 3 files. So this Simi, I just want to put out that I really, really love you, and it's because Karashika is, a very fire song. That's why you didn't make it through. But I really love you. I don't know, and I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who put his energy out there that I don't like Simi. Anyways, Karashika makes it to the next round. Karashika makes it to the next round.
All right, man. Karashika makes it. Okay, so that's a good list. And there's so many things that I didn't call because actually Fowles has so many bangers,
bro. There's no way you can,
because he has bangers on his album. He has albums, nice body of work with so many songs and so many good songs. Shout out to Fowles, man. Shout out
to Fowles, man. I like the fact that he's a rapper and was able to build his brand. He used the whole comedy thing, just worked his way through, got his audience, gave them song after song, and I heard he's recovering from a knee injury. I don't know if he has recovered. I don't know how old the video was, but shout out to you, man. Get well soon from your knee injury.
Get well soon, yeah.
Yes, sir. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's episode of Afrobeats Weekly. We really hope you enjoyed it. We did. New episode of the podcast drops every Monday. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. We would love to hear from you guys. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Leave us comments, suggestions, send your music to fanmail@afrobeatspod.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram on AfrobeatsPod. We will catch you next week. Peace out, my people. Peace out.